All right. Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. We're doing a little YellBRo light segment. Theme: the hero's journey. And what I plan on doing, using some movie clips because I'm a movie fanboy, to try to explain some steps along the way. It's not going to be perfect, right? There's way more nuance and detail and all these different situations that happen throughout a person's life that it can't be narrowed down to boxes like that. But I think there are some pivotal points that kind of show uh, important moments or important section of the hero's journey for the existential part, not just writing a movie. Although you could use it to write a movie. Before I get started, don't forget to share, support, or hopefully donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery, to Helping Victims of Africom, to Cohen Daly, the Australian boy. Also, support some content creators: Stevie, aka Redneck Economics, Sleepy J, Buy Him a Coffee, and optionally, the Salty Snail from Chicago, Ali Alexandra. All links in the description box. All right. So, I would describe this first step as I kind of did in my long ramble, disordered ramble, where I nothing written down, nothing planned, just the topic and me just talking about it, and basically trying to pull from my memory and my intuition and try to explain this super duper rich and wealthy existential experience. I know it quite well. Uh, so I'm going to try to, hopefully, this lines up with that one as far as maybe some type of order or sequence of events or stages, if you will, or rites, passage for the hero's journey. And once again, I mean the existential version, not the I'm writing a screenplay version. Okay, there's a difference. One is applied, the on the ground, skin in the game. The other is a class you take in film school, all based on Joseph Campbell's notion of mythology, which is what films are. They're mythology. Let's be real. Okay, so the first step, in my opinion, or first stage, is something I would call the drag. It's when you are living your normal life, uh, normal social life, uh, but something calls, something pulls you out of that normalcy and takes your ego and smashes it to fucking pieces right in front of you. Which means now it's not that you have to confront those inner issues or inner things or inner workings. It's that you are, and you are in it. You are confronting it in that moment. And the best way, not the best way, but a way I thought of as regards to film and symbolizing this thing from the hurricane, Denzel Washington, where they showcase him dealing with his psychological aspects, but they're kind of being played out they're almost like they're separate characters, separate voices in his own mind, separate archetypes within his own mind, right? Because the story's about Reuben Carter, right? They arrest him for a murder that apparently he didn't commit, allegedly. And that will throw your world in shambles. That will break the ego and reveal all the little psycho, uh, all the neuroses and anxieties that are hiding underneath the surface because you're used to just a normal, comfortable world in a way, even though this character has been dealing with it. But it should be relatable. Here we go. Let me play a little bit of it.
Put us in this situation any goddamn way. Motherfucker. Fucked everything up for everybody. This shit is just all fucked up. Fuck you expect us to do now? Motherfucker.
As you can see, trying to guard against copyright in a kinda. But as you can see, what's up, Dubster? You can kind of see, like, blatantly, they're showing you fight and flight right in front of, right to the audience. Right? There's the observer of the main Denzel, but you also see fight or flight playing out right in front of him. Ego splitting, everything's in chaos. Usually, typically, people will resort to those two, or that type of reaction, fight or flight. But guess what? He can cry all he wants, and he can throw as many punches as he wants. He's still stuck in the cell. You're still stuck in prison. Like, you're in shambles. You're still being dragged for possibly a higher purpose. Now, once you play that observational role to where you're not so lost in the fight or flight mode, where you step back and you're kind of just watching your thoughts go by and the chaos and the reactions, psychological reaction of thought, right? Like, pretty, like, tangible looking thoughts popping up in front of your face, right in your mind, and you can see it pretty clear. Like, step back and do that and just observe these things. And possibly you can take another step on that hero's journey road. That moment, that choice, to where you are now taking this shitty situation, instead of turning it into, I'm a victim and something's happening to me, it's planting your feet and saying, I am going to walk this road. Now I'm going to step into it. I'm going to make it a purpose. That gives you a lot more faculties than fight or flight. You're in the jail cell, not getting out, no matter how much you cry or how many walls you punch. You're going to be punching the walls of your own prison. But what really makes it a prison? This is where the freedom is. It's internal. It's inside of you. That's where real freedom is. Now, you may not know that at this stage of the walk, but at the same time, you're ready to step into purpose realm. There's a scene from The Matrix where Neo says, you know what? I'm not fucking running. I'm going to confront with a purpose. He has no idea if he's the one or not. In fact, the Oracle told him, they did this in the movie, but it could play out a million different ways. The Oracle, the intuition, the abstract senses, the right brain, whatever word you want to put on it, deeper well, the imperial feminine, he is willingly, okay, I've made the choice to step in this. Here we go.
Mr. Anderson.
Run, Neo, run. What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
He's supposed to run there, right? All rationality tells me to run. You're feeling sad? Go do something happy. Instead, plant your feet. You face it. stage that I guess I'm calling number 3, even though there's not really numbers on this, and I'm sure I could make 100 different stages if I wanted to, but I'm gonna break these into blocks. Like my number 3 stage is what I would call the walk. First there's Neo, the mental notion of planting of okay, going to see this through. And then there's the walk, the actual walking down the path. This I shall have symbolized with Batman Begins. Here we go.
For what?
Your jacket?
Okay. Hey, let me have it. It's a nice coat.
Be careful who sees you with that. They're gonna come looking for me.
Who?
Everyone.
It's a nice coat.
I know he runs kind of derpy, but runs a little derpy. Probably not an athlete. So what we have so far is the tragedy that drags you down, that takes your energy, even your thoughts. It feels like you're sinking because those ego defenses got pierced. They got pierced through. In the heartbreak, shattering of the ego. What should happen after that is the observation. You also see Denzel being dragged, and now I'm seeing that I see that I'm in the prison. Then there's the attitudinal, I can't say that word. Attitudinal, and that's the word? Attitudinal freedom. With your attitude of I'm going to, as far as taking all the chaos, being able to sit still in it, very still in it, and then see your path. Then obviously after that would be walking the path. And my little stage 4, this is all minimized. I could have done 1,000 stages. But to make it simple, break it up into 4 stages. The last stage would be the epiphany, or the knowing. I know a lot of steps skipped in there, right? There's shadow work and subconscious and so much. You're building your structures. That's all happening on that walk, where you're going away. The old you is dying. That old you is doing the going away. It doesn't have to physically, although it can manifest that way, where you physically go away, like Bruce Wayne did. Or maybe in the movie, it symbolizes something dying, something passing away. Make room for something new. And then this scene would symbolize that knowing point. Now, knowing in this existential sense does not mean I know everything about the universe. I know everything about the physical reality. I know everything that will happen or has happened, egotistically. It means you know yourself so well, at least in this particular case, the hero archetype. I know this so well that even if it's a scenario I have not been in before, once I am in that scenario, It's already handled before I got there. I did the work already. And that's what I believe this scene will help me symbolize. Once again, from The Matrix. Great, great movie. As are the other ones. Well, Hurricane's very good, I will say. But here we go.
The oracle told me that I would fall in love and that the man that I loved would be the one. So you see,
Your audio's very.
you can't be dead. You can't be. Because I love you. You hear me? I love you.
This is just great filmmaking. Says, the moment she says, I love you, that shock, that electric shit flowing. And I believe it's going to cut to a scene of his heart pumping. Kind of like, right? What do they do? Clear! They fucking shock your heart back to pumping again. I believe that's all planned in this movie. I may be seeing things, but I truly actually do believe that directors and writers are very particular with what they show you visually in their movies. This is, right? We add them all together. You have the ego death, right? That's the fall. You have the recognition of death. You have the walk to basically showcase that, like, regardless of what is there or what's to come or whatever, I'm going to walk this path. I'm going to find something, searching for something. And this is the finding of something, the stage 4 thing. It is the rebirth, the resurrection, the twice born. Yes, twice born. Even this looks a little bit like a yin yang. Possible. Neo being the masculine, Trinity being the feminine. Very possible as far as lighting goes. Play a little more.
Now get up.
No.
Now, a little dramatic, but that's how easy it would be to deal with bad ideas. And it doesn't mean Neo or the one or your hero, when you reach that knowing point, that there can't be strong pulls or things that, pull at. Maybe, it could be something that you actually do enjoy, but being masked by, or no, something, that you enjoy is masking something maybe a little bit darker underneath, or something that is a bad idea underneath it. Mistakes can happen like that, especially with the outside world and trying to read these things. But once it's understood that the idea is bad, it's as easy as saying no, psychologically speaking, internally. Where it's like, will you partake in it? Nope. Will you do this bad idea? Nope. Too easy. Psst, psst. Or for Neo's dramatic case, So there you have it. Death, purgatory, hell, rebirth. That's right. Well, I've never read Dante's Inferno, but you guys need to watch more movies. God dang it. A lot of interesting shit in there. I can't, like, certain concepts that can't be explained, I don't think, are very difficult to explain in just typical word salad. As you can see, my struggles. But something like a little more abstract with the symbols, it can resonate. I feel like it can resonate quite a bit more. Metaphor and symbolism, parables, and I think there's a reason why the Jesus character speaks in parables. I think there's a reason for it. Because these things can't be explained on a chalkboard. There you have it. There's more blabbering from Jordan on the hero's journey. And of course, I use movies because I'm a movie simp. I can't help it. It is what it is. Nobody's being censored, damn it. Snail. Anyways, please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Obviously, I'm going to feel like not that I missed steps. It's more that there's so many little details within these 4 sections I laid out that can be expanded upon. Pause. I just didn't do it because I wanted to do this instead. Jeez. Get off my back. Pause again. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links, all of them. Check them out. If you can't donate, share them somewhere. Help someone out, man. Do it. With all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.